What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Man, a lot going on. It's Olympia week, and that's when stuff starts getting weird. Honestly, this won't just be about Nick. This will be about the entire Olympia. I'm really excited about this year's Olympia. I think there's some new people who are moving up who will be winning this thing for years and years and years. I think right now we have a crop of individuals competing who are going to be at the top for a long, long time. Between Andrew and Samson and Derek and Hadi. These are all guys. Well, other than these guys have youth on their side. Well, not really. But I mean, here's the thing. They're fresh. They haven't been doing it that long. Like, they're ready to rock. This is the new generation of bodybuilding. It is here. We have the characters in place to make for great Olympias for years and years and years to come. Now, the big story is Nick Walker, who I had placing in the top 5. And I actually really like Nick Walker. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great competitor. And I got clowned on this a little bit, but I love his work ethic. And the thing is, Nick is willing to do what it takes to work as hard as it takes to win, which is why I was so kind of, taken aback by him saying that he's not doing this year's Olympia. So my initial reaction, if you saw it on the other channel, youtube.com/@LowblinerTV. That's youtube.com/@LowblinerTV. I was like, dude, there's got to be a health issue. There's got to be some reason why he's doing this. And the bottom line is, I still think that might be the case. I think that his body might not be responding, and he might be looking at this like, dude, my body is telling me something. I'm not healthy. I need to get my ish together. I don't want to end up a statistic. However, after talking to Greg Doucette and watching his video, I'm like, you know what? Maybe he just didn't want to lose. Maybe he saw these other guys in the lineup who will dethrone him from his number 3 bodybuilder in the world status. Man, I don't know. And that's why I wanted to discuss with you guys. The chat's open on YouTube. The chat's open everywhere else we are. It's all coming through here. If you have something to say, I will read it. And look, man, I'm really excited about this show with or without Nick Walker. I don't think Nick would have been in the top 3. I don't think he would have been there. Even at his best condition, at his biggest weight ever, I just don't see him having the shape of a Derek or a Samson or an Andrew. I just don't see that happening. But I do think he's a guy like a Branch Warren or, like a Marcus Rule. I'll put Marcus Rule in there, who will place really well, not in the top 3, but will place really well on sheer size and freak factor alone. And I want to know what you guys think about that. I do think there's always a place in the top 6 for the biggest, baddest freak out there. I just don't see the biggest, baddest freak out there winning the whole thing. Now, you had Big Ramy, but Big Ramy had much better shape. Big Ramy had that small waist, and I mean, the man's enormous. Absolutely enormous. So with that being said, let's look at the overall lineup of the Mr. Olympia. And let's talk about who we have here. So qualified for the Olympia, this is who I have winning. I have Lunsford taking it again. If you guys disagree, I want you to comment. I want you to go in the chat and comment. If you're watching this after effect, comment down below. I think Derek will beat Hadi again. I think Derek beat Hadi last year. I'm one of the people who was like, it's not a race thing. It's not because of what's going on overseas. It's not because of October 7th. No, Derek beat Hadi because he just brought a better package. Could he have been harder? Yes. But what Derek lacked in Hadi, in conditioning versus Hadi, he made up for in shape and just overall presence. His silhouette was insane. He has that insane waist to shoulder ratio. I just don't see, unless he's so off, as long as he's in good to great condition, he will beat most other people in excellent condition. I mean, Hadi, he will beat him if Hadi's in excellent condition. Now, you talk about Andrew and Samson, that's a whole nother ball game because you got taller individuals with just as much shape who have learned to come in shape, who have learned to dial it in and come in really freaky shake. Hadi, I see as a top 3, top 4 guy. I don't even know if he'll get second this year. I don't see him winning. Here's the thing. The reason I see the other guys, Andrew and Samson, able to beat Derek is simply due to optics. These guys are taller. They give an illusion of a more impressive physique because Derek is really, really short. However, these guys might not have the shape that Derek does and the sheer mass. Like Derek just looks silly. His back has gotten to a point of extreme silliness that I don't think can even be described with words available in the English language. Samson, that's a top 5 guy right there. That's a top 5 guy. I don't see how he wouldn't be a top 5 guy. Samson has made such inroads. He's gotten so much better over the years. The guy's just an absolute monster. I definitely see Samson in the top 5. Theo, I can't even pronounce his last name, whatever. Rafael Brandao, he'll be good. Rafael, I give him top 10. There's not that many people. I give him top 10 maybe. Martin Fitzwater, I think he'll do well at pro level shows. And I think he's going to come out in the Olympia. If he brings this condition that he's famous for, Martin looks really good. He's got a really great physique. He's got really great lines. He doesn't have the best lines, but they're really good. I see him contending for top 10. Nick Walker's out. Tony O'Burton, another guy. Man, I've seen this guy in person. He was competing in the open class when I competed in the 212 at the New York Pro. This guy's an absolute monster. Do I see him winning? No. Do I see him? Again, he has a chance to crack the top 10. Akeem Williams. I believe Akeem Williams has been the most underranked pro bodybuilder in the current age of bodybuilding. I believe it was 2020. Yeah, we were in Florida, and I remember he should have got like 3rd or 4th that year. That was the year I believe Rami got first and Brandon got second. And look, man, Akeem, when he's on, he doesn't have the best shape, but you're looking at just a muscular being, just an absolute monster on the stage. So I absolutely do think that Akeem can pull top 7, top 6. Do I see him breaking the top 5 this year? The way he's been coming in, probably not. But if we see Akeem at his all-time best, yeah, he can do some damage. Top 5, I'm not seeing it, but I've been proven wrong before, and I hope Akeem does very well. Very good guy. Brandon Curry, I put in the top 5. Not just because I love him, not just because I love his family, but because I love bodybuilding. And I think Brandon brings this age of mature classical muscle. He knows how to pose. He doesn't have any glaring weak points in his upper body. His legs are a little bit undersized compared to his upper body, of course, and compared to the beasts he's competing against. But if you look at it from a symmetry standpoint, you look at the old pictures of Arnold, his body's actually quite proportioned. We're just used to seeing such big legs now that having proportionate legs isn't good enough. Brandon's legs look just fine in comparison with his other body parts, but you put him up against like a Derek or a Hottie, and his legs look small. But his legs aren't small. They're actually quite proportionate. I think we're so infatuated and we're so used to seeing these dramatic hamstring sweeps and these where the hamstring's just like this far off the bone, that when you see normal proportionate legs, you think they're small. Brandon's legs are not small. They're actually quite big. Will Brandon crack the top 3? I don't see it. Will he crack the top 5? I believe he will. I would put money on that if I was a betting man, but I don't ever gamble. So I'm not going to put money on it. William Boniak, he looks a lot better. He got his gyno fixed. I just don't see him being, he never could beat Brandon before. So if Brandon doesn't crack the top 5, I don't see William doing it. I see William's body, like Brandon's taking good care of himself. He looks really good for a 40-year-old man. He looks really good for a 20-year-old man. Shit, he's going to be, in my opinion, top 5 in the Olympia. He won the Olympia just 5 years ago. He placed 4th last year. But can William beat Tonio? Can William beat Akeem? I don't see that. But I do think, again, there's another guy who can go top 10. Barus Tabani, good-looking dude. Good-looking dude. Again, this is a stacked lineup. I don't see him placing top 10. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Nathan DeAsha, huge man. Great guy. Hilarious dude. Hilarious dude. Nathan is one of those, you either love it or you don't. I love it, but I don't see him placing top 10. John Jewett, this guy's a monster. Brings the conditioning, brings the size, brings the fullness. I don't think anybody is really going to, I don't see people placing him in the top 10. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'm not looking at enough videos, but I do believe that this guy can crack the top 10. He's consistent. He knows what he's doing. He's one of the smartest men in the industry. I think he can. I think he can crack top 10. Mohammed Foda, again, another guy, good. But there's a lineup of names, right? And to crack the top 10, you not only need to look amazing, but I do believe you need that name recognition. I don't think he's going to get top 10. I don't think so. De La Rosa is amazing. Dude came back, looks as good as ever, if not better than ever. Just a very good physique, very good guy. I see him 11th, 12th, somewhere in there. Oh, here he is, Andrew Jacked. Yep, I have him. I think he can win the whole damn show. If things go his way, I think he can win the whole damn show. I really do. But the way I'm looking at it now, if I had to choose, I'm going with, well, let me finish this off, then I'll give my picks. Hunter Labrada, I'm not a hater, and I think Hunter's great. I think he's great. His dad's great. I think the Labrada family has done so much for the industry. I love those guys. I'm not a huge fan of his physique. He's probably not a huge fan of mine, but then again, who is? He might crack top 10 because he's Hunter Labrada, but I don't think he'll deserve top 10. If he can nail his conditioning, I think he has a good chance of cracking top 10 because he's Hunter Labrada. Again, we're all making guesses, assuming everyone's going to come in, but we don't know what's going to happen until the day of the show. We just don't know. So I hope that Hunter comes in because I want to see the best Hunter Labrada. I do think he'll crack top 10, but will he deserve to crack the top 10? That's the question. Bruno Santos, again, another guy. It's one of those where you'll have those shockers here and there year to year, but we all know who we've been talking about all year, and it's not Bruno Santos. It's not Bruno Santos. Oh, there's people here who are not even competing. You're right. Okay, so let's talk about the top. Doesn't matter. I know the top 5. So yeah, maybe I didn't get the latest who's dropping. Who's this from the Olympia website? What's going on with the Olympia website? Qualified. Who's actually competing, though? That's the question. I don't know. Anyway, that's whatever. Let's go to the top 5. Hey, you got me. I was looking at the entire list, but I'm an idiot. I'm literally an IFBB pro. So I don't know the entire, people come and drop and confirm and don't confirm. I'm just mentioning everyone's name out of respect. With that being said, here's my top 5. Okay. I believe Derek's going to win it. Sampson 2nd, Hadi 3rd, Andrew Jacked 4th, Brandon Curry 5th. That's my picks. That's my picks. Man, again, man, this list is from the Olympia website. It is what it is. It's literally from their website. If I was qualified, I would be there. I think a couple guys had visa troubles, if I'm not mistaken. But there's that. So let's go back to the topic at hand. Nick Walker, how would he have placed? Looking at this lineup, I would have put him 6th now. I would have put him right there after Brandon if he came in. Sup, Mark? What's up, AJ Aesthetics? Love you, Mark, but not in a gay way. Well, why not? Wasn't in shape, got scared, backed out, shaking my damn head. Why not just get in shape? You know, Larry, that's a point. But, you know, when you're playing with what the pros are playing with, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. How are you liking the carnivore diet to help me lose 154 pounds in 9 months, along with weight training 3 days a week and cardio 7 days a week? So, Alan, I have modified the car. If you're following my vlog, I have a video up every day on this channel. If you're following my vlog, I've added in some fruit and some honey, and I'm feeling really good now. I was losing weight, and I can't afford to lose weight, so I'm going to stop. I went from 215 to 208 while eating as much meat as conceivably possible without having to take naps all day. After seeing his stomach, there's no way he would enter his show just to make a fool out of himself. Maybe that's it. Not a good look for Jansen. He does have a few bad things with history with competitors. I don't know much about that other than he's trained a couple people who aren't with us anymore. But again, like all these guys are taking risks. Maybe it's just the luck of the draw, right? Hendersonville, right up the road. What's up, Carter? How you doing? Dave Palumbo speculating he's been on fake gear and his look came across more natural. This would make sense. It could be a possibility. That's why he's moving around a lot if relying on underground labs. Maybe I'd like to think that these pros vet their sources and they all use similar sources, but very well could be. Very well could be. I'm sorry Derek got destroyed last year. This year, well, we'll see. I don't think so. I think Derek won the Olympia last year. 100% think he did. Now that Nick's out, does Hunter place better or worse? Again, he'll place because he's Hunter, but I don't know if maybe I just don't like his type of physique. I just don't know. But I see him placing top 10. I think Martin will shock people with Nick out. He could break top 5. I hope so. I really think Martin's a great competitor. Why did Nick Walker get to this? He had a really good body. Well, I mean, he's really young, and to get that big of a body at that young of an age, I mean, I'm guessing, right? I'm guessing, but you have to push the gas pretty hard. It doesn't seem like he took enough time off between shows, meaning that he went straight from prep to bulk. It seems like overnight. So that would be my concern, is that he didn't give his body enough time to normalize. Greg Doucette video is funny as hell, but factual. Nick Walker definitely is hiding something, is lying to everyone. Why he really isn't. Maybe. Mark, great new channel. Keep up good work. Did you guys get any bad aftermath weather from the hurricane? We really didn't get anything in Tennessee. And prayers go out to everybody in Florida for now it's a Category 5 hurricane. I was actually going to go to Florida. I had to cancel it this week because I ain't flying into that shit. I don't even think the hell flight's going out tomorrow anyway. But yeah, it's not looking good for Florida. But we just got some rain. It wasn't bad. I mean, we got a normal storm. We got like 5 inches of rain, which for Tennessee in the summer really isn't. Yeah. Those were visa issues, I believe, why they're not competing. Andrew has a shape of bodybuilder should look like. He's amazing. Andrew Jacked is literally him. Dude looks awesome. Brother Matt J has a horrible record. 1, Dallas died under him. 2, Brett had problems with his body not responding. He had to take time off bodybuilding. And now Nick Walker. Can we bring back the off season? I'm not talking about bulking. Like back in the day when Ronnie would compete, he would take 2 months completely off of everything, off of drugs, off of lifting. He would just take time off. After shows, Brandon Curry gets down like 210, 215 pounds. Like this whole being huge year round thing is just adding newspaper to the forest fire, man. They're just asking for problems. From Abel, I got Blue-Eyed Callie at 3. Lean Jones at 2 and Machine at 1. So Callie with the blue eyes gets number 3. I hope Nick Walker is fine by the Olympia. No one will believe him. I will win. Yeah, right. It's kind of what our man Greg said, huh? If you're not in shape for the Olympia, bodybuilders in the 90s used to do 3 hours of cardio. Come on, do whatever it takes. I'm not down with that. I'm sorry. Like if it's really his health, then yeah, he needs to cut out. Dave's theory does hold some water. Maybe he was taking steroids and they weren't really steroids. They were bunk. I don't know. Nobody knows. Even Nick doesn't really know unless he got the vials tested. Detox before it's too late, Nick. Man, I want all these guys to live long, healthy, prosperous lives. So yeah, hopefully he gets his shit together if it is health. Coach Nick, he has not asked me to coach him. That's something I don't need to get involved in. Coaching IFBB pros, I'm good. Coaching Olympia competitors, I'll coach IFBB pros, but not Olympia competitors. First Andrew, then Derek, then Samson, Hottie, then Brandon. Another guy has Brandon in the top 5. That could very well be where it goes. I'm not sure. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out, man. This would be a hell of an Olympia, though. Hell of a combative Olympia. Don't you guys miss seeing Big Ramy? Like, what happened to him? Like, he won, and then he just dropped. Like, was it health? What was it? Like, what was the fall of Big Ramy? Like, what caused that to happen? What do you guys think caused Big Ramy to just fall off the face of the bodybuilding earth? What do you think? I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, that's the life. That's it. And I'm sticking to it. Anyway, go to tigerfitness.com. That's tigerfitness.com. Coupon code Olympia24. Olympia24. We got everything 10% off, including MTS Way. Olympia24. Olympia 24. 10% off. Oh, we got more chats. More chats. They say it was nerve damage. Heard a lot of nerve damage happening in these guys, huh? Not showing up and get to guest posing without a 24-hour notice. Was that Ramy? Oh, so you think the IFBB kept him out? But he's the one who seems to keep saying I'm not competing. Sean Cluida is a two-time 212 champ going for 3. Charles Griffin fixed his gun in the Matt Jansen and can pull a vacuum. Tonio Burton placed 8th, all with Cam Jansen. Hey, man, from what I hear, Matt's a great coach. I don't know. I've never coached with him. I've never had long discussions with him, but he seems like he can coach. Okay. Like, I didn't say that. I was just reading comments, but yeah, look, man, when you're coaching guys at that level, you're going to have some issues. You're going to have some health issues, no matter who you are as the coach. They're all with Jansen. It's hilarious how people only bring up bad stuff, not good stuff. Hey, man, that's the internet for you. That's the internet for you. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and play a video on the way out. Again, tigerfitness.com. Go to tigerfitness.com. Coupon code Olympia24, Olympia24. Gets you 10% off the entire site. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Mark Lobo here. That's not a game.
My life. Never thought I'd be training this way, but for the past few months, I've been making the gains of my life. Never thought I'd be training this way, but I've taken all of the new data on hypertrophy and put it together. Not only am I making all these gains, I'm never terribly sore. I never feel run down. My energy's through the roof. I'm able to hike. I'm able to swim. I'm able to do everything I love. It doesn't cut into my life. I don't feel fatigued. I don't feel terrible, but I'm still making these crazy gains. It is the Superior Hypertrophy Training Book, and it is yours, and it is free. Go to superiorhypertrophy.com. That's superiorhypertrophy.com and start it today. You have nothing to lose. It's absolutely free. My gift to you. Now go make